doesn't mean that you have to know every law in that other jurisdiction, but you really have to be flexible.
За өдрөө сайн байцгаана уу? Hi there. Ярилцлагын маань дахраны шинэ дугаарт Солонгос иргэн Нидерланд улсад амьдран суудаг Jin Young Sok гэдэг манай бас хүчин багш маань ингээ оролцож байна. Okay, let's start the session. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. My name is Jin Young Sok. I'm Korean. Nara and I go well back. It's a privilege for me to discuss what I do. Hopefully you will enjoy this session.
Yeah, you were my former teacher, one of my professors, and I enjoyed your class, like business, English for business. And so I heard that you switched your field of study to law. So I'm interested about why you chose to study law. So can you tell us like how it happened and what did you like about law? Yep.
Sure. So the reason I chose to pursue my career in law is because of my passion for international dispute resolution. I have spent over 20 years of my life overseas outside of Korea, where I was born. Therefore, my interest in international dispute resolution is rooted in the cross-cultural experiences I accumulated throughout my overseas experience of living in many different cities, including global financial hubs like New York and London, and developing cities across 3 continents. It is also at the heart of my lifelong aspiration to become a bridge to the 2 Koreas. As hopefully all of you know, the Korea Peninsula is divided into 2, the north part and the south part. And it has just been my long-term goal that I would act in certain ways to help bring peace for when that right timing comes. So the reconciliation process will require not only structural changes, but also many changes in terms of law and policy, which I hope to contribute when the time approaches. Therefore, I thought that as an international lawyer, there will be many things ahead that I can do, not only for the country, but also for the society around me.
Okay, that's wonderful. I think there are like many young people who are watching our interview. So can you tell us like how different is it to be a domestic local lawyer and international lawyer? So how do you feel different in these 2 positions?
Sure. Well, I don't really know exactly about the law practice in Mongolia, but to speak in general terms, if you're just a local lawyer, you would most likely only deal with the laws in your own jurisdiction. So if you're a Mongolian lawyer, you would only deal with the laws and the practices pertaining to Mongolia. However, if you qualify or call yourself as an international lawyer, your practice basically expands to other jurisdictions. So for example, for me, I am qualified in New York, in the United States. So technically I'm a New York lawyer. However, right now, because I practice international law, my practice is not limited to New York law. So sometimes I have to look to laws of Korea or laws in the Netherlands, or so that doesn't mean that you have to know every law in that other jurisdiction, but you really have to be flexible in order to apply your lawyering skills to other foreign jurisdictions. So there's a lot of traveling involved, and the colleagues you meet would be also very different.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah. Okay. So like, can I ask you, like, can I deepen the question? And for example, I have a conflict. I have a dispute with somebody who is in Africa, maybe let's say South Africa. So what kind of jurisdiction do you need to follow? Like, do you need to use Mongolian law or the African law to resolve this dispute, or how do you usually do it? Or is there like international standard kind of thing? Like,
well, we will need to get into a lot of technical terms, but it really depends on what the dispute is. For example, if it's a contract dispute, I mean, the contract will basically say what the governing law is. Sometimes parties choose a different set of laws that are not their origins. So a party from Mongolia, a party from South Africa may choose to adopt UK law, so if the contract is governed by UK law, then someone who is familiar with contract law in the UK would be able to help resolve the dispute. However, those lawyers who are familiar with the UK law do not always reside in the UK. I mean, there may be someone in South Africa or in Mongolia who may help you and assist you to understand what the process is and where you have to go. So I guess if there's a dispute with a foreign party, it will be at best to find your local lawyer who tends to practice internationally and globally. And then hopefully that lawyer would guide you to the right person to resolve the dispute with the foreign party.
Okay, yeah, that's really wonderful. Okay, so can you tell us like what organization you work for, and why have you chosen to work in that specific organization?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so I currently work at an organization called the Permanent Court of Arbitration, in short, the PCA. So I will refer to the organization as the PCA. PCA is located in The Hague, the Netherlands. So it's based in Europe. The PCA is an intergovernmental organization, which is also the oldest institution for international dispute resolution. So it has really truly been an honor and one of the biggest accomplishments that I have achieved to be working with so many brilliant lawyers from all around the world, dealing with a broad range of matters concerning international dispute resolution services and public international law. The reason why I chose to work at the PCA is because I was drawn, because of their diverse caseload administered by the PCA. So it really provides a complete picture of each stage of the international dispute settlement process. And also it has provided an opportunity for me to not only be engaged in the dispute resolution side, but also in institutional and diplomatic activities, because it's an intergovernmental organization, we usually get to meet people who are government representatives, ambassadors, so a lot of high-ranked people, if you would say. So not only I get to practice law, but because I'm also interested in international public policy, it has given me a chance to meet and speak to a lot of diplomats, which has been very interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Wow, wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Okay, that was very wonderful. And that was our first session. Thank you so much for your time. And we'll see you guys in the next session. See ya.